Hello, my friends, wherever you are. I want to welcome you to the year 2026. It's been a while, and I hope this year becomes the very best you can ever get. All right, you're welcome to Cross Cultural Experience. My name is Uche Onyebadi, and I have a good friend of mine of over 20 years, Bernard, but I call him Jonas. Can you just introduce yourself a little bit?
Hello and Happy New Year to you. My name is Bernard Otieno. I am an adjunct lecturer of communication in Kenya. I'm also a journalist of over 3 decades in sports journalism, and so I am in the business of communication.
All right, we're in the same business. We used to run our football commentary, but that was years ago.
Yes, yes, I still do. I still run football commentaries as well.
Yeah,
Just
but I
recently for
left.
the Chan.
I left. I left.
Yes, yeah. You moved on. You moved on.
Okay. Now, for those of you who are used to this program, wherever you are on this planet, I normally do is I bring in a guest. The guest tells me about his or her experience outside his or her cultural origin, and then we move from there. What did you learn from that experience? But this time we are introducing something new because it's a new year. It's not just your experience outside of your cultural environment, it is about your cultural environment, but some bits and bits of culture. Because culture is not static, it's not just one thing. It could be marriages, it could be names, it could be what you eat, and all that stuff. So we begin with how do people name their kids? And so, Bernard, I don't think there's any other person I can I can ask this question in Kenya. So we will be moving from country to country from time to time, to look about to talk about some of these bits and pieces of culture. All right. How do people give names in Kenya?
Well, let me start with the Luos of Kenya. I think Luos are still the single largest tribe that is found in East and Central Africa because we have
Okay.
Luos in Uganda, Luos in Tanzania, Luos in Ethiopia, Luos
I
in
didn't
South
know that.
Sudan. So it's a big community.
Yeah.
But there is one particular and one particular genre in terms of naming of children that is used in the Luo. For example, my name is Otieno. All right. That is how it is written and pronounced if you anglicize it. But the correct pronunciation should be Otieno, which means at night.
At
So,
night?
yes, at night. So,
Okay.
the bulk of the Luo communities will name their children after the time of day that they are born. So, you have,
Hold on a minute. You said at night. Why is
yes,
your Why is your name? Were you born at night?
I was born at night.
Ah, okay, okay.
Otieno actually just means at night.
At night, okay, go
Yes,
ahead.
that's what it means in Luo. So there are others who are born in the morning, and
Yeah,
that would be very early in the morning, would be somebody called Omondi. That's very early in the morning, at dawn, like literally, very early in the morning.
okay.
That would be a male child. The interesting thing is that the male names start with O in the Luos, and the
Yeah.
female names start with A. So I am Otieno, and if it was a female, that would be called Atieno.
Okay.
If it
You
is,
know, why I brought up this dimension is that I know that Africans, there's always something behind names. Africans don't
yes,
just give
yes,
names, like Mr.
yes.
Stone or
Sometimes,
something like that.
sometimes if they are not following the lineage,
Yeah.
if they're just giving names, the Africans have different ways of naming their children. I mean, people have been named after probably the biggest famine that they experienced at that time,
Yeah.
because history is very important to the Africans, and history
Yeah.
was recorded in different ways. It would probably when there was the biggest battle, or when there was the biggest achievement, or when there was the biggest harvest, or
Okay.
when there was the biggest famine, or the year of the locusts. We relate names to things that happened to us in most of the situations.
So
Now, for the
official
Luos, we apart from relating it to the time of day that you are born, it could
yeah,
also be related to a historic event within that time.
correct. That's what I was going to say. Okay, all right.
Yes, it could be
Okay.
historic as well. Yes, but the simplest is usually just the day of the time of day that a child is born. Omondi in the morning, Ochieng is midday. Chieng literally means the sun. Ochieng is when it is sunny. Okay, and if it is a female, they'll be called Achieng. It could also be called Anyango or Onyango, which means, mid mornings when it's not very hot and neither is it very cold, you know. And then it could also be in the evening, which is Odhiambo, and a girl would be Adhiambo. And then we go into the night, which is Atieno and Otieno. It's as simple as that.
All right. So marking. Okay. This one.
Yes.
So I mean, in the modern so-called modern system, people will say, "Oh, he was born at 11 a.m." But
Yes.
in the
Yes.
Luo tradition, they will find the exact time and then
Yes.
name the person.
Yes, they name the time, the person with the name of that time duration. The whole of the
Duration.
morning
Okay.
or the mid-morning or the afternoon or the evening or the night would now be specified. So anything from 6 o'clock to midnight would be Otieno because that's in the night. Or 6 to 7 would be Odhiambo, which is in the evening as well. But from 7 all the way to midnight would be Otieno, which is in the night. But you
Now,
see, this tradition has also evolved a bit
okay.
over the years when now people did not use those traditional names, but they would still associate a child with a particular happening. So the Luos are very big in naming children, especially after historical events or
Yeah.
famous people. We have a lot of Barack Obamas in Kenya, children who were born when Barack Obama became the president of the United States of
Oh,
America.
yeah.
Yes, and so we'll associate our children with that and call them Barack Obama or simply Obama and somebody else. And that is another way in which the Luo community honors these historical events. They don't want to forget them. So they use names that relate to historic events as well.
Just like I know some friends of mine who are like Patrice Lumumba, right?
Yes, yes,
The late
yes,
prime
yes,
minister
yes.
in the Congo. Okay.
Absolutely, yes, absolutely. There are many of those ones.
Do we have Nelson Mandela's?
Yes, we have a lot of Mandelas in the Luo community. Nelson Mandela, to commemorate his release, even on his death, I know his death was on the 5th of December. I know it like the back of my hand. Why? Because there's a friend of mine whose kid was named Nelson Mandela Odhiambo, born in the evening, but his full name is Nelson Mandela Odhiambo. I have a friend who's got a son who's called Sankara, and his other son is called Biko. And
Hold on. Sankara of Burkina Faso.
yes, yes, it's called Sankara, and I can assure you 100% they're from the Luo community. He's got a son called Sankara, another one is called Biko, and another one is called Che Guevara. I mean, this is just a person who's very interested in human rights and the fight
Right.
for
Okay.
freedoms and all that, and he named his children all after that. I have a friend who's got a son called Sekou
Sekou
Owino.
Sekou Toure.
Yes, from Sekou Toure. And his
Okay.
brother also has a name of another. It's called Kwame.
Kwame Nkrumah.
Yes, 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 yes. So
Yeah,
they're
that's
there.
very.
We have families, and especially in the Luos, who usually name their children in honor of specific people who had
Okay.
an impact in the world, in world politics, in world history, and all that. Yes, a
So
lot in the
the
Luo
oral
community.
tradition goes on like that.
Yes, it does. It does. It goes on like
Okay.
that. Yes, it goes on like that. So the other way in which people are named sometimes is on revered things, revered animals, revered lakes, revered anything that was revered, anything that gives some awe would also be used as a name of any of the children. So, for example, the animals that are revered, that are mysterious in the
Yeah.
Luo community is an animal like a leopard.
Right.
So you have children who are named Quach, which means leopard. one of the most famous judges in Kenya had the same name, Kwach. And his sons, of course, take the surname as well. And that's because the animal itself is revered. Now,
Okay.
an animal like a buffalo is also very revered and
Right.
referred to mystically by the Luos because of its strength, because of its agility, because of its courage, its bravery, its
Yeah.
bravado. So it's very famous to hear people called Omuga, or Joey.
Okay.
Yes.
No,
Joey is actually
don't tell me that there's a person called Lake Victoria.
no, not in the English
Yeah,
name,
yeah,
but
yeah. I mean,
yeah, not like Victoria itself, because they call it Nam Lolwe, but it's not rare to find somebody called Lolwe already, or even an institution named that as well. So it's just the reverence of the place or the physical feature itself that then the Luos take and use it to name after their children.
All right, let me just say at this point that if you want to be part of this program, cross-cultural experience, just get in touch with me, crossculturalexperiences@gmail.com, and then we can start talking. Now, there's so many things fascinating about Africans as well as people, in other places. I didn't know all these things, that names don't just descend from the sky. There must be a reason for the name, the time of day, as well as
Yes.
history, to
Yeah,
multiple
an important occasion in history. We have a lot of Ronald Reagan, Ochieng. I mean, it's very common.
The U.S. president.
Yes, the former U.S. president, or even Nick Carter, Odiambo. There are many who are named after those instances where the presidents took over leadership.
Now, did I hear that there was somebody called Larry King?
Yes, Larry King that's a very normal name for a Luo person, and then now you give them the time of day that they were born.
Yeah, Larry King Adiambo.
Yes, Larry King Ochieng, Larry King Onyango, it's very, very common. Jesse Jackson Odhiambo. You were in commentary in Kenya some
Right.
time back. I don't know if you remember a player who played for Kenya Breweries. He was called Jesse Jackson Odhiambo.
Okay.
Most probably a player like that is born when Jesse Jackson probably was arrested, or when something happened to
Something
him.
right about
Yes,
him.
or when he was prominent in his human rights activities, then we take that name and we give it to them as well.
All right, I know we have explored. Can we still have time to squeeze in another tribe, which you would like
Yes,
to?
yes, yes.
Right.
I think the most common tribe that people know from Kenya is probably the Maasais. And the
Yeah.
Maasais have this prefix they use in their names, Ole, somebody, you would
Yeah.
be Uche Onyebadi. People do not know what that Ole stands for, or even the Kalenjin Arap, William
Okay.
Arap Moi, John Arap Kirui or Arap Kurui and all that.
Right.
These prefixes that are used there, they simply mean the son of. It is just to join this person to the father.
The
So
father.
yes,
Okay.
yes, it's just a prefix used to join so that you don't lose the lineage. And for the Maasais, it is the Ole. So everybody is in the Maasai is Julius Ole Tobiko, somebody Ole the other, because that means they are the son of, or in the
Of
lineage of this and
Okay.
this and this. Yes, and that is never
Okay, just as the
forgotten.
Kalenjins. You say Kalenjins
Yeah, the
are
Kalenjins, they use Arab,
Arab.
especially for the
Okay.
males, never for the
Okay.
females, it's for the males. So
All
you'll
right.
hear William Arab, Moi, Jonathan
The former
Arab.
president,
Yes, the former president was called Daniel Arap Moi.
Arab Moi.
Yes,
Okay.
he was the son of Moi. Yes, Daniel Arap Moi.
Ah,
So you'll hear everybody, and the other one that can be used is keep as well. Although it doesn't appear much as a prefix, it is also used to just denote in the lineage of, because you've got the communities of the Kalenjin, the Nandi, and the Tugans, and they are
okay.
all referred to as Kalenjins most of the time, and the Kipsigis. So there's the keep as well. So you'll hear keep Kirui or keep Kurgen, keep somebody. That still means from that lineage of.
Oh,
And
yeah.
when it is the females, it will not be Kip, it will be Chep. So where it was Kip Kurui for the man, it will be Chep
Check.
Kirui for the yes, it
Oh
will be
my
Chep
God.
Kirui for
Okay,
the lady.
now when I see the Kenyan runners, marathon, keep whatever
Kip,
or check whatever. Now I
yes,
understand. I
yes, yes,
understand.
yeah. Most of the time, yeah, it will be Kip somebody, Kip the other, or Chep
Check.
someone, or Chep the other. Chep Kirui and Kip Kirui, male and female. Chep Ngeno, Kip Ngeno, male and female. Yeah.
We can spend the entire day going through, this. I'm really fascinated how Africans give names and how
Yes.
other people, I suppose, because I'll be looking for them. Like, for instance, how do they give names in Kuwait or in China or somewhere? So this is something I'll be bringing from time to time because this is cross-cultural experience for people to understand what happens in another culture.
Mm,
I
mm.
really want to. I don't think we have more time to go into other, but I would like to invite you to talk about maybe another tribe that gives names. I'm fascinated. For instance, the Kikuyus. I also understand they have their own ways of doing things, but that's for another day. So
Yeah.
let me just. So when I say Bena Otieno, you
Yes.
were born at night.
Yes. Yes. That will just be born at night.
This,
The only other prefix you can look for, say, in the Luos that tells you this is son of, is
right.
usually just a K in front of that name of the time of the day. So, for
Okay.
example, yes, just the letter K. You might hear somebody called Bernard Cotieno instead of
Okay.
just Otieno.
Yeah.
Bernard Cotieno. Now, Bernard Cotieno would mean that we are not just talking about any Bernard, but specifically the Bernard who's from the Otieno clan or the Otieno lineage.
I think this is,
Think about it this way. There could be
yeah.
10 children named Otieno.
Yes.
But how do we know which Otieno we are talking about? So we refer to the Otieno from probably the Onyango family. So that would be Otieno Konyango. You understand?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
other Otieno could be
Konyango.
the son of Ochieng, so could be Otieno Kochieng.
Kochien.
Yes, because he comes from the Ochieng lineage or from the Ochieng family. But
This is
predominantly, you use the name of the day. So you would be Uche, and if you're born in the morning, you'd be Uche Omondi. That's in the morning.
in
But
the
if you want to
morning.
know this Uche Omondi, which lineage is he from? It could be Uche Omondi Kotieno.
Kochien.
Yeah, from the Otieno lineage. That's
All
what it
right,
is.
my
Yeah.
friend. I know
Yes.
I wish we had all the time, but
Yeah.
this is very exciting. Like I said, I'll like to invite you again to explore other names, and I'll move from country to country trying to find out because it's really fascinating. Other things that are fascinating will be marriage systems. When do you bury people? And
Mm.
I know, talking about names, like in Nigeria, I know that the Hausa land, they even name people according to the village where they come from. Muhammad
Mm.
Buhari from Buhari
Mm.
village,
Ah, okay. All right.
right,
Oh,
and
that's
then
interesting.
Muhammad, and then Buhari, but they slot
Yeah.
in something else, yes,
Ah,
to
okay.
indicate, yeah, not somebody Alaji, whatever, Nasarawa. Go to Nasarawa, that's where you're going to find
Oh,
him.
that's where you will find him.
Yeah, that's
That's
where
easy
you.
then. That's very easy then to find them if it's just
Yeah, but
about
now
the villages they come from.
if you were to get it together, the Nigerian experience and the Luo experience is not only Alhaji Nasarawa, but it will be Nasarawa Otieno. Not telling you that
Ah,
he's from Nasarawa village, but he was born at night.
yeah. Okay, that's
And
what
if
it
I
would mean
add
then.
if,
Yes.
if I add Cochieno, meaning he's
Yes.
specifically from the
Yes.
Cochieno.
From that lineage of the Cotiero. You got it. You got it
Oh,
right. Yeah, you
thank
got
you
it right.
very much, and
I
enjoy the
thought
rest of the
Onyebadi
day.
also has a meaning.
I'm sorry.
I thought the name Onyebadi also had a meaning.
Oh, that's another thing altogether.
That's another story altogether.
Yes, that's another
Okay.
thing altogether because in my case, it's actually not Onyebadi, it's Onyenibadi. But
Ah,
because
okay.
yeah, because my father fought in the World War, One, and the British guys could not pronounce the name, and they
Okay.
just chopped it off. But you are now Onyebadi. Forget about this
They
Onyebadi.
removed a few syllables to
They
make it shorter.
removed it, and they were
Okay.
doing it all over. When you had like the former president, Nigerian president, go on,
Yes.
he's called Jack. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, well, we just call him Jack. Forget about his other name. So
All right.
ours was
Okay.
also impacted by the colonial experience, when we
Absolutely.
could not
Yes.
find, yes. And then if you go to the southern part, yeah, the riverine, where you have the Niger Delta, the Atlantic
Yes.
Ocean. So you can just find somebody who is called Uche White.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Mr. Green.
Yes. Yes.
He's
Yes.
not from England. He's from
No, it's
there.
from here. No,
Like,
I think we have that as well. We have that as well. But I forgot to tell you that
yes,
now because of our because of the Luos and how they name their children,
yes.
occasionally they are made fun of in terms of how they pick up names. And you can hear somebody talking about a child called Gaskuka or Diambo or something like that. Okay,
Gas
or
cooker.
yes. But that's just to make fun of them. That's just to make fun of them. That you'd
Okay.
even be called, you'd be called Ford Cortina Odhiambo, after the make of a car,
Car.
Yes, that would be called Volvo Onyango. Although I can tell you for
I,
sure
I
that they
think
are.
I think we have to stop it at that because this is getting.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But we
All
go to
right.
lengths. We go to
Yeah,
lengths.
thank you. I want to wish you the very best for this year, as well as
Thank you very
every
much.
other person who, engages and watches this program. Like I said, if you want to be part of it, just send me an email, crossculturalexperiences@gmail.com. Don't forget the S. My friend, enjoy
Thank you. Thank you.
2026. Okay.
Thank you.